Good morning, everybody. Myself, Dr. Mohan Kumar TP. Today, I'm going to discuss the content about business research methodology in general. In that, we are going to discuss about regression, that is multivariate analysis. In that, our focus is restricted to regression and its different types. In the pair, then what exactly the meaning of regression? In the pairs of observation, if there is a cause and effect relationship between the variables x and variable y, then the average relationship between these two variables is called regression, which means stepping back or return to the average, the linear relationship giving the best mean value of a variable corresponding to the other variable is called a regression line or line of the best fit. The regression of x on y is different from the regression of y on x. Then what do you mean by partial correlation? A simple correlation is a measure of the relationship between a dependent variable and another independent variable. For example, if the performance of a salesperson depends only on the training that he has received, then the relationship between the training and the sales performance is measured by the simple correlation coefficient, that is called R we call. However, a dependent variable may depend on several variables. For example, the yarn produced in a factory may depend on the efficiency of the machine, the quality of the cotton, the efficiency of the workers, etc. It becomes necessary to have a measure of relationship in such complex situations. Partial correlation is used for this purpose. The technique of partial correlation proves useful when one has to develop a model with 3 to 5 variables. Multiple correlation, when the value of variable is influenced by another variable, the relationship between them is a simple correlation. In a real life situation, a variable may be influenced by many other variables. For example, the sales achieved for a product may depend on the income of the consumers, the price, the quality of the product, sales promotion technique, the channels of distribution, etc. In this case, we have to consider the joint influence of several independent variables on the dependent variable. Multiple correlation arise in this particular area. Factor analysis. In a real life situation, several variables are operating. Some variable may be highly correlated among themselves. For example, if manager of a restaurant has to analyze 6 attributes of a new product, he undertakes a sample survey and finds out the responses of potential consumer. Then factor analysis is a multivariate method. It is a statistical technique to identify the underlying factors among a large number of interdependent variables. It seeks to extract common factor variances from a given set of observations. It splits a number of attributes or variables into a smaller group of uncorrelated factors. It determines which variables belong together. This method is suitable for the cases with a number of variables having a high degree of correlation. Application of factor analysis, that is model building for new product development. As pointed out earlier, in a real life situation is highly complex and it consists of several variables. A model for the real life situation can be built by incorporating as many features of the situation as possible. But then, with a multitude of features, it is very difficult to build such a highly idealistic model. A practical way is to identify the important variables and incorporate them in the model. Factor analysis seeks to identify those variables which are highly correlated among themselves and find a common factor which can be taken as a representative of those variables. Based on the factor loading, some of the variables can be merged together to give a common factor, and then a model can be built by incorporating such factors. Identification of the most common features of a product preferred by the consumers will be helpful in the development of new product. Model building for consumers. Another application of factor analysis is to carry out a similar exercise for the respondent instead of the variable themselves using the factor loading. The respondents in a research survey can be sorted out into various groups in such a way that the respondents in a group have more or less homogeneous opinions on the topics of the survey. Thus, a model can be constructed on the group of consumers. The results emanating from such an exercise will guide the management in evolving appropriate strategies towards market segmentation. Conjoint analysis, we call. Everything in the world is undergoing a change. There is a proverb saying that the old order changes, yielding place to new. Due to rapid advancement in science and technology, there is a fast communication across the world. Consequently, the whole world has shrunk into something like a village, and thus nowadays one speaks of the global village. Under the present setup, one can purchase any product of his choice from whatever the part of the world it may be available. Because of this reason, what was a seller's market a few years back has transformed into a buyer's market now. Conjoint analysis is an effective tool to understand a buyer's preferences for a good service. Then what is the meaning of conjoint analysis? Which is a product or service has several attributes. By an attribute, we mean a characteristic, a property, a feature, a quality, a specification, or an aspect. A buyer's decision to purchase a good or services is based on not just one attribute but a combination of several attributes. That is, he is concerned with a join of attributes. Therefore, finding out the consumer's preferences for individual attributes of a product or service may not yield accurate results for a marketing research problem. In view of this fact, conjoint analysis seeks to find out the consumer's preferences for a join of attributes, that is, a combination of several attributes. Then, what are the advantages of conjoint analysis? The analysis can be carried out on physical variables. Followed by this, preferences by different individuals can be measured and pooled together to arrive at a decision. Then, do we find the disadvantages of conjoint analysis? Definitely. When more and more attributes of a product are included in the study, the number of combinations of attributes also increases, rendering the study highly difficult. Consequently, only a few selected attributes can be included in the study. Thank you very much for listening to this video. Thank you once again.